What's
Hi.
We're back to discuss Severance 2X5.
Trojan horse.
Trojan's horse.
Trojan horse.
Oh, awesome. Before we get into starting discussion, could that be a reference to the what did he say? That was that was their Trojan horse
Glockenspiel
story. The Glockenspiel.
There was the Trojan horse could be literally maybe 5 different things in this episode, if not more.
Yeah.
So
let's talk about it now.
Wouldn't tell her that you fucked her out.
Sorry, Serge. Shit.
Okay, first of all, he didn't do anything. They both did.
God.
Damn.
I puke just a little bit. So the show's gonna implicitly show us who it is experiencing what.
They just kill it every time. Don't end here. Just
No. I feel like I need way more.
Holy
Sam Donovan
crap.
directed it.
Oh man, that was great acting by him at the end there.
Wow, yeah, that was good. I like that.
Yeah.
That was some good shit.
God, Mac is coming with mythic quest.
That looks really good, actually. I'm gonna watch that.
I can't wait.
Adam Scott is just incredible at this, I gotta say.
His face in the end right there, realization that what he just went through was perfection.
Yeah.
I loved it.
So she's definitely, there's now 100% she's alive. I'm remembering my Annie seeing this.
And I think it's because they were talking about her and like that. Like I think if they keep talking about like a subject, maybe that'll help with the memory kind of.
And she was saying like it helps to have the point of memory. He held the yarn, the knitting.
Yeah, and the
like,
ashes and all that. Yeah.
Which is interesting because I think that's exactly what Cobell might have been trying to do with the candle.
You think so?
If that would have triggered it, but it didn't, or maybe she was trying to see if he was integrated or something, or whatever. I think that could have been a way for her to see, like, maybe this will trigger the memory. And I think Rugabi's using the same thing, but he is integrated too for that to work.
It's a great way to show it without confusing the audience, because they had to kind of show it in blips for us last episode and a little bit throughout the beginning here. But now, with the way they showed the ending, I can get now that I believe, as far as I'm seeing it, Audi Mark has to basically experience the Innie memories. And Innie Mark, that is happening to him too, but he doesn't know it.
Yeah.
Audi Mark knows what's happening.
Yeah.
So
Innie Mark's just going to be confused until he realizes.
Which is why I think when Irv says my Innie got the message, he's talking to Rugabi, telling her that my reintegration is working better because my Innie gets it. He thinks that, even if his Innie didn't quite get it. But his Innie knew something was up. I don't know. They were both starting to get on the same page of their inquisitiveness, weren't they? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how else would it explain him knowing about all these things? He dreams about it. He dreams about the elevator. I think maybe he's been through reintegration too. Maybe
could be. Who else could he be talking to? That's the only thing we can think about, because the question that we never got answered from Irving's side, how did he get the client names or the severed people's name? How do you know about Bert G? Not even any getting to this. There was a Bert G written on the documents that the Innie.
That's how you knew how to find his house. Yeah. I think I do like the Rugabi angle. I think it'd be interesting if someone else figured out a different way, because Rugabi's the person who did the Severance, who perfected it. Mm-hmm. Her way to get back into the system, she's only going to think about it through doing reintegration. But maybe there's a chance that somebody else has we figured out another way. There was one only other way, and then that way there's maybe 2 factions of people also trying to get in and figure shit out.
Could be that too.
Behind the scenes.
Do we want to watch the behind the scenes or no? It looks like it's a few minutes long.
Irving is very much a presence for the Innie section of this episode, even though he's not there, except in melon form. As soon as they wheeled that head in, I was like, okay, I think this season's gonna work.
That's what he needed. Not bad. I don't think we need to watch those at the end.
It was fun.
Yeah, I think we covered everything when we discuss it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
but it was good to be reminded there about the Milchick stuff. Why don't we just launch off of that? So, the Natalie and Milchick conversation.
She did the face again.
She did the face.
It was the get out face,
She
bro.
can't say what's really on her mind, man.
They're listening. She's severed, but it's just it's an antenna.
It's a pill in her head.
Yeah.
That'll explode.
Right? I think it's another severed chip with a different, Glasgow block or whatever. It's a different command that lets her...
The swan.
The board can hear what she's saying and maybe see what she's seeing. I don't know, man. It's weird. She's like a drone, but she's trapped.
I'm glad Milchick tried to talk to her about it. Milchick's obviously just not die
Bro,
hard.
he corporate tiptoed around what he was trying to say so hard.
He had to.
I am a blunt instrument. I am incapable of such things. And he's just like, I just think that maybe we have similar experiences and maybe it made you feel how it made me feel. It's like, oh my God, just say it. He's like, I can't say it. I have to be very corporate about it. It's ridiculous.
I just love when they humanize him because even when they show the Black Kier thing, it's like, oh, it's funny, but it's also showing some bit of Seth's getting fucked from this too. Mm-hmm. And he's just maybe trying to work his way up, trying to make the best of his situation, whatever it is. And showing that him getting Reen, basically, I'd say this is just as much of a Seth episode as it was like everything that was going on at the Innies. Like, this is a big Milchek episode.
I just imagined if I was working here and you guys gave me a picture of Syringe, but he was just Mike skin tone color.
Yeah.
That's so fucking weird.
Do you feel yourself in the doorway? Don't tempt me.
I'm like, nigga, you get one of these? I'm like,
I also received one when I first started working for the Normies.
It's like so tone deaf that like
it is,
and AI did it.
But it's like also it reminds me of this.
The board, them.
What if it's a dude from the 1800s who thinks that this is a great idea? You know what I mean?
Egan, the first Egan, the revolving. He's like, we want to get the village going.
It was a nice color, gentlemen, so I painted him as myself to ensure him that we are the same.
Oh my God!
He's saying the neat, like
the Negroes. We're gonna solve the Negro problem.
This is definitely I can see a Milchek episode.
Weird,
also,
man.
his first performance review, which could mean anything because it could be annual, quarterly, 6 months. Like again, we are not really given a time on where we are, which was also very interesting when Mark's sister is reading the excerpt that the brother-in-law wrote. Essentially saying that they don't wear clocks, they don't wear watches when they go down there. So all the clocks that in there, that could be whatever. They could just be like 2 hours in 1 hour in 2. Like they could just give them a whole new clock.
They literally wear watches. Did he not go there?
No, when they take out their watch, the Indies when they go down.
But they put on a different watch.
Yeah.
They take off one watch and put on a different watch.
They still know time because they have 8 hours in the day. Like time still.
And they there's the clock where they get.
I think they know the concept.
A clock that they see.
There's a lot of stuff in the Sunday Rundown too. We talk about what do they give them and what do they keep from them, because it's really particular. It's like you remember how to ride a bike, but you don't remember when you learned how to ride that bike. So it's weird, you know.
But does it matter if they know how to learn a bike because they never really ride a bike? Do they know how to learn?
Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. They may not know how to ride a bike.
So that's the thing. Like there is a clock that Mark Innie sees when he's leaving, and it looks like traditional clock as us. But is it moving slow? Is it moving faster? Like they could just be like, oh, you work for. They could do whatever they want.
They could really be like manipulating how fast this clock moves.
They could be manipulating everything in there.
Of course they are. They've everything Seth has said to them has been lies about the outside world.
How many countries there were, the highest waterfall.
So it's like going down to like a clock level to just like, oh yeah, you work only 4 hours, but that 1 hour could be equivalent to 2 hours.
Yeah,
but they're told they work 8 hours though, right?
Yeah, but I mean, they could be more or less. Like he said, you left 6 minutes early, but like I do get that because sometimes you work someplace and you're like, I swear the clock's moving slower here. Mm-hmm. I don't know what they did to it, but that clock, it can't be this time.
On that note, quarter 870 to quarter 882 for Irv. Like there's no. I'm sure he's been there 12 years for sure. There's no way there's been 800 quarters. How many is that?
We saw like
what is 800?
There's 4 quarters per year.
Reef said the building
880 divided by 4. I don't know simple math.
It's 220.
Okay, so it's been 220 years? Like, really? It's been 220 quarters of refining? They want them to think it's some unspecified time in the future, because even Dylan was like, the world is over. They're cleaning the ocean because the Earth ended. Like, they want them to think this is a huge company, been going for years, and I think they are huge on the outside, but I don't think it's like that, you know?
You saw the Cure videos, though, that, like, how they're built and, like...
Bullshit Cure videos. Yeah.
Bullshit, bullshit. That, like, they are, like, they've been around that long, essentially.
The building was sired. What does that mean?
Yeah.
What year was it? Because if it was 1800,
that was like,
right?
We don't even know what the time is outside either, because we keep seeing old-timey cars.
Oh, and the dentist, bro.
And the teeth. The dentist.
That was weird.
We don't know yet, right?
So that was like 5 seconds
They're making
of that.
people. Yeah. They're making people in the basement, all right?
So at least we know they didn't take Irv down there.
he got some tools and went down to the basement.
He
That's
got
what happened.
dentist tools and went down to the basement. Yep.
But for
At
all we
least
know, that's
Irv
just for
isn't down there.
That's just for like
But
the
then,
dentistry
like-
department of Lumen.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Doors, who
But
knows
why is the dentistry department downstairs?
No, man, that's just where
Past the
tools are.
severed floor. In fact, you have to go onto the severed floor and then take an elevator down in order to get to the dentist place.
Damn, that's wild.
They're printing
Yeah, bro.
teeth. Because
This
like
dude's-
tooth records are the one things that say like stay even like through a fire or whatever. Like you can still get someone's teeth. And if you, I don't know, maybe they're putting old
They run the
teeth into
dentistry. They
someone's-
run the hospital. Look,
also
Lumen's
run
got
the
this whole
morgue.
town locked up,
Yeah.
running every single thing, and like they stay on top of it. They even said, you know,
They have access to morgue. That's how whatever the body is cremated, and yeah, like probably created the teeth to give them a dental record. Like, yeah, this is Casey, but they gave somebody else's body. But it's weird because we never saw whoever this guy is. The
Yeah.
guy is not a dentist. Guy is just a random guy who does
Yeah,
the
maybe he is a
exporting for
dentist.
His
them.
He's
face.
going to the same
Why?
door that
we didn't see his face in it.
That's the same door that Miss Casey was always.
Yeah.
at,
Yeah.
And it's the
Yeah.
export
Yeah.
hall.
Is
So
there
his
anyone?
entire existence is just moving this car.
I mean, no, he might be non-severed. He might get to leave, but
But
he
Miss
might
Casey
be.
was severed.
I know, but I'm saying just because he's going down the down elevator doesn't mean that like
Gotcha.
you know he's,
Yeah, he's
not
going
like
with
that.
tools. He has something
could
to
be
do.
the type of person who's like Milchek, and he's like, no, I do some dirt down there, and
Yeah.
like I'm allowed to know what
Because
I do.
O&D, they said that they used to do the export until they got somebody else to do it. So there's this
Oh.
one guy who just does exports. He might not be severed, but his job is to
I just had a really dark thought.
what?
Yeah.
So I forget what country it is. There's a country that does executions and they hang people. And the way that they have it set up is that 3 dudes all turn their keys on this thing, and one of those keys will randomly trigger the floor to drop out, and this person gets hung. They do it that way so that the 3 guys that are the executioners don't know which one of them actually killed the person, so that they don't have to live with that. You could just sever people and have them as executioners, and they'd never know. You could be like how Khonshu did the homie Jake, bro. You could just be like, yeah, I think I'm a part-time murderer and I have no idea what I do at work, and it could just be the dirtiest of dirt.
Wow.
It would be gross.
That is
Lumen
weird.
could have like a whole team of hitters that are like family people that just don't know.
Yeah.
Why this shape?
Doesn't the ship look like
Ovaries?
A
like
vagina?
vagina and the 2 ovaries?
Yeah.
Like
I,
'Cause they're
I was
making
gonna
people.
say, how big do you think the whole underground facility is? Because that whole exports hall could connect to like other exports halls somewhere else. We don't know how huge it is down there. Is it like the Hive, like Resident Evil? Like is the board down there somewhere in some supercomputer? Or
They
a
are-
different location?
maybe it just goes down and then you take another elevator to go up. Like we have no idea
across.
what that is.
The
Like
exports hall is just an elevator to the back door.
Yeah.
yeah,
You
yeah.
literally, we have no idea. It could be anything.
Like
Probably
any
a
of
loading
it.
dock.
I feel bad
Because
though.
things go there. Like they O&D's making things, so it's
Yeah.
either staying inside, like how Lumen makes their doors in house, or it's going out somewhere.
And there's a whole upstairs where you could easily send shit to, but they don't. That's what I'm saying. The fact that the exports floor is under us is weird. It's weird and mysterious, and the work is weird and mysterious,
Yeah, what do
and
we
also
export to?
going to be one of the most important things that's ever happened to humanity.
Yes, that
been
is
to the
is
moon.
mysterious and important. Can you please look for the letter that
Yeah.
Dylan grabbed from behind the painting and pause it so you can see what O&D wrote of the instructions of how to get to the elevator? Because that is probably what
It's
the
just going to say
internet
left,
is
left, right,
sleuthing.
right, left, left, right, right.
Right down, left down, right up, left down, right
Keep
up.
going.
R1, R2, L1, R2, left down, right up, left
Yep.
down, right up.
There was a melon party right there, right
It
there.
is.
Melon Party sounds like a bad website you shouldn't go to.
You're thinking
Party.
of Lemon Party.
That is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it says left, right, right,
From
left.
O&D.
First, turn right at the way banana the hall, and turn right, turn left down and long hall, and turn left, 2 rights, right, left, right, comma right, left, left, down long hall and turn right, then left, right, turn right one more time, and all the way down a long hallway.
We need to draw
I'm
this.
lost.
I
I'm
wanna draw
absolutely
it.
lost.
I want to draw it because I feel like we're going to this fucking circle
On the
still.
very what is this?
No,
way?
I don't think it's a circle, because maybe I don't know.
They've done it before where they've taken 4 rights and not been in the same
Are
spot.
you gonna do it? Are you really gonna do it?
Yeah, like if you can just
Your brain's
tell
gonna
me,
break, dog.
I'm curious.
All
Let me-
right. Read it.
Okay,
right.
okay.
All right.
I
From
can't even read that. But at
from
first,
O&D.
Yeah.
First turn right. Right.
Let me see.
It's just a bunch of squiggles.
squiggles. Like I don't
So
know.
I think it's not a circle. I think this is actually
okay.
actual directions, but it's nuts that she memorized this.
Yeah.
Like, how the hell?
Well, because you seen Mark run through the hall. You remember when he got back to Miss Casey's office in the intro of this season, and he's hauling ass, but it's like literally, it's gobbledygook.
You remember, like, you do it enough times in a day, you remember.
Yeah,
But, like, you know.
God, you make 2 wrong turns. The next thing you know, you got to get on the walkie-talkie. Like, can someone save me? I haven't
You're
seen
by the
humans in
goats
weeks.
again.
All you need to know is 3 rights
Yeah.
make a left, and I haven't seen 3 rights in a row here.
Bro, but listen.
3 rights make a left.
Go back, watch when him and Helly are walking through the hall in episode 2 and in episode 1 when he's running down the hall. Like, they're fucking with you, bro. It's like shining levels of shit. Every time he turns a
you need to
handful of
watch
corners, it's just nothing.
You need to watch the behind the scenes of that scene that's on YouTube.
Really?
They broke it down. It's a use of the gimbal arm that is used in the like Humble video,
Nice. Hell yeah.
but mixed with some CG and shots like that where they actually hand it off to someone.
Yeah,
who's
'cause they're,
just
like, going through
running.
walls, dog.
Someone
It's like,
is
how's
actually
something there?
sprinting with the Steadicam also
God,
and
that's
hands
it.
it off.
I'm gonna watch that.
So awesome! Thank you for the letter.
Yeah, that was a good letter. And then, yeah, Irv and Bert.
So
Yeah, that was a good
Fields
one.
and Bert had a mature talk. I feel.
Fields
Yeah.
is, that's gotta be. Does he just call his husband by his last name? Like why? Fields
Maybe
is
he's
not
a
a
jock.
first name.
Fields.
Maybe that's the
Fields
name.
G. It's
He's a
Bert
jock.
G and Fields G.
Don't. How many first names end with an S like that? Like it's plural.
Stevens.
But
First name Stevens.
Yeah.
It's Steven.
No, it's
Last
multiple
name
Stevens.
ever.
Steve
But
Thomas.
I love that they like this is one of the shows where, you know, somebody came knocking on your door and you weren't like, oh, it was whatever. No. You were like, I need to know more. Like, I was let go. I was told that there was entanglement, which is very interesting that Evelyn Lumen told them in that.
Yeah.
And then, like, random guy showed. I was like, I need to go down this rabbit hole and figure
Yeah.
out who that is. And not just, like, in other shows, they just, like, let this thread
Can
go.
you
It's like, no, we
imagine-
need to connect this thread.
You
Like,
get fired
everything
from
is on
work,
purpose here.
And they're like, yeah, and he's a slut?
Yeah, he's a little down dirty.
Yeah,
slut.
every time you go to work, we're just watching you cheat on your husband, and we can't do it anymore.
We
We,
can't keep
literally
cleaning up.
have to fire you because your other part's a slut. I'm like, it's not me.
Damn.
And
I
which
didn't
is
do
funny
anything.
thing because like they're making it look slow, but like they didn't even kiss.
No.
So, but for them, as a culty vibes, it is for them that is. Like a crossing a line, like
Yeah.
that is enough that you don't have to go any further than that. I was like, that's more than enough.
And they
It is
fired his ass
strange,
too, apparently, on top of all,
Yeah,
like...
it feels like MDR is more
Hey,
important
kid.
than O&D for them for some
Yeah,
reason. Like,
'cause-
why did they fire?
Because of Cole Harbor. I
Because
guess.
O&D is just
Yeah.
making like supplies and stuff. They found out a way that, hey, we can get people to make stuff and they won't remember the stuff that they're making, like dental tools that go down. Because if I'm a normal human being and I'm making that, I'm going to start asking questions.
Yeah.
So they got them. They're like, hey, that's cool. Huge department. But the refinement team, MDR, they're working on like the real thing.
The macro. data.
Mark hits his numbers. Episode 1, they were like, you guys hit your quota? The Mark W came from a branch that couldn't hit quota.
Yeah.
It's not unheard of to hit quota, but I think they're just really doing well down here because Mark is cooking because
Yeah.
Mark has that special connection to Miss Casey/wife.
And he's mad too. So we kept thinking it was his outing, and that's why he was being mean. But he's being mean for 2 reasons. One, he's sexually assaulted, and he's like, I'm not really ready to super talk about that. Also, like, I'm imagining that he feels guilt about it because he's like, I actually do enjoy Helly and I liked her, and I couldn't realize that it was her outie instead of her, which is like,
He's feeling shame of being fooled too.
yeah, but also too the thing that he said, he's like, they know everything, which is right. He's like, they're letting us, because we talked about, they were like, yeah, they're on a long leash, but they're still on a leash. He's like, they're letting us do everything because they know it doesn't matter. And Helly he was like, you snitched, you told him everything, so it doesn't even matter.
It wasn't her, though.
I
Like,
know
it's
your
her, but
other
not her.
side.
It
Snitched.
wasn't, but it's like the same face, right? Like you can't all of
Yeah.
a sudden like detach that.
Angelus.
We're back.
Because
Yeah.
like not only they know everything, it's like Helena knew everything to take advantage that Helly and Mark had some kind of connection, and she
Yeah.
took advantage of that and took advantage of Mark, and Mark has a whole right to be angry, but he just can't be angry at Helly, but at the same time he needs to be angry at Helly because
Yeah.
it's Helena who did this.
And can I get just 5 seconds here? So back in, people used to own people. And they used to
Slaves?
fuck those people.
Yeah.
They used to have sex with them. They
Yeah.
used to be like, I don't recognize you as an actual human. I kind of treat you like cattle, but I will fuck you.
Yeah.
Which is gross and weird. Helena is literally like, they're not people. Y'all don't have rights.
She called them
I'm gonna
fucking
fuck
animals.
you.
She called
That
them
is
animals.
so
Yeah.
goddamn disgusting
It
that
is.
Helena is officially moved to the top of the list as the worst bitch in this entire show.
Because she
dog.
said what?
But she said
called them
they're
fucking
animals. They're not
animals.
people. She's
Yeah.
like, they don't have rights. But she literally had sex with
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's the
She
kind of fucked up up that like you like that. That's kind of
I thought she-
unforgivable
'cause
on
she
a level
didn't-
that
she didn't tell them that they had sex. I don't think the board
people
knows.
know.
no, but Helena knew. She was like,
Yeah.
you're like a stupid
Milkshake.
little
And
like.
Milkshake knew.
Milkshake was like,
know.
why do you tell him that you fucked,
You
like you
fucked her
like,
outie?
you any fucked
Which
her
sounds like
outie?
some belly button shit, bro.
Because it's weird that they didn't bring it up. They brought up a bunch of
belly
other
button
stuff at the
orb.
table with Helena, but they didn't bring up the fact that they had sex. I guess it was consensual and stuff, but I don't know if they.
It was not consensual.
And they wouldn't care. Like she's like
for
all things
Yeah, it
considered
was.
between the two of them, it was consensual when it
I mean, it's
happened.
consensual from all the outie. They all care. It was consensual from Helena part.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter
I'm just talking
any-
about.
He's
talking about, like, it
person,
didn't seem like
from
there
the
wasn't, like,
board.
yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
have nothing to. They're stupid. They'll take that out of it for a second. But the board, I feel like she's hiding that from the board.
yeah.
It
It's
could
just
be.
Then how
The
does
board
Milkshake
knows
know?
Seth
and they
knows
don't
because
care.
Seth was there. Another thing about Seth, I forgot to say, it was a Milkshake episode. It was revealed that he has genuinely been trying to do these things to help out our people. They're dumb and misguided, but they are his own ideas that he's been trying to do to help them, including the Ortbo outing. So as stupid as it was, that wasn't even a Lumen doing. That was Seth being like, I feel bad for these people.
But he
I'm gonna
also
try it."
wants
He
them
isn't
to
trying to
finish the thing
Kobo.
at the end of the day. He's not like, I want y'all to have a better
he's
life. He's
giving
like,
them
I want
forgiveness
y'all
thing.
to finish the fucking project.
It's
She
legit
said,
just a
Miss
man-
Wang said, you shouldn't give them funerals. It makes them think they're people. Just like Helena, and Milkshake was like, that's fucked up. Because of the slave thing. So, like, he's the main character now, as far as I'm concerned. He should take over Lumen maybe a
I
little
know.
bit
Fuck
better.
him for that review too. Big words
Sorry,
and paper
Spidey.
clips.
I talked over you.
No, you're good. It's the same thing. Like I feel like he's just a dude trying to do his job. And He's
Yeah.
doing his best, and the people on the inside don't care, which they shouldn't, because their lives are being ruined. But as far as he's looking at it, he's like, I'm just trying to keep my job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. I give you that, but my problem with Seth is that while he is starting to, we're getting deeper in on him, and I love Milkshake like as a character, and I love the actor too. But like, he was like, hey, I held you and I did you wrong as a non-severed man. That's going to be something that I'll remember for the rest of my life, right? Like he's admitting that like I'm doing you people dirty down here and I'm not severed and I'm going to remember it. There's a difference between me and you. Like he does understand that there is some fucked up shit that's happening here that he's participating in it. He's actively doing it. He's running this place even though he's trying to do something nice, which sure is great for these people's miserable lives. He also understands that it's wrong. He said it himself.
And this review, I'm gonna say this review is gonna break Milkshake. I can totally see like somebody, if it was me, who's putting all her in this job, and I got a review because I used a fucking big word.
You would lose it.
I will lose it.
I
It was
love
like,
that he used big words immediately,
because
too.
he's like he is putting all his soul in this, and he's still because they said the review will be like 2 to 4 hours. If it's really
4
bad,
to
then we'll
6.
order lunch. And he was like, I hope not. And they were like,
No,
you're
you're
gonna
gonna
order
order
lunch
lunch.
because
Yeah,
it
order
isn't
some
that
lunch.
long. So for him to be like, I know I messed up, but like I'm putting my heart and soul, and you are dinging me on these
But, like,
these big words or these they I guess anonymously I think it was Wang, right? Like I guess
Oh,
Wang was
obviously it was her, yeah.
like
Little
so
snitch.
Wang is also I see as a Trojan horse. There's so
Right.
many other Trojan horses.
Everyone's
like,
a Trojan horse.
Everybody's a Trojan horse.
Black Kier is probably what made him,
Yeah.
question it. I think, of course, the performance
That's the
review
first
as well.
question, and now
But,
the
like,
performance review.
The fact that the performance review is a thick, big manual that they printed his pain points on, like uses too many big words. They like
Paper
made
clips
this.
backwards.
They
Failure.
literally made this like, fuck. It looks like a manual. Like you didn't need to do all this.
Bro, it's got graphic designs in it.
But they expect nothing but
Yeah.
perfection. That's the
Some of
thing.
the
If
time.
you're not perfect like a robot, essentially, then why have you?
Like
And
a
they-
Ortbo.
And they called it a calamitous Ortbo, which is also a big word, so
Calamitous.
y'all get to use big words. But
Yeah.
it's all
Calamity.
sorts of fucked.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
what's a big word? Fuck you. Is that a big word?
And you can tell how hard he's worked to get to this position. I know he's the bad guy, but still, man, I really appreciate
We do like some Milkshake.
I think he's
I've
been
heard
working hard to be in the position he's in, and then for your first thing to be like, you're too well spoken. It's like,
You're all right.
I
think
Exactly.
is-
Exactly. It's like
I think the first thing wasn't like the paintings. I think the first thing was they never took Cobell's name out of the computer. And
But
then
it's
the paintings, and then there's a
it's
lot
the
of
Boondocks first episode.
swear,
Yeah, it's
man.
like you speak so well. Don't speak too well. But
yeah.
I love bro.
good.
Did you
So-
tell her that you fucked her
That
fucked
was
her
a-
out?
you're out at the Orbo.
So, you know,
And because belly buttons are innies and outies, it just makes me feel like he did it wrong. Just,
Speaking of big words, can you look up what contretemps means?
Contretemps.
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 It's spelled CONTRETMP.
some French shit.
Contretemps.
Sounds like bon
And it's a
ton.
minor disputed disagreement. All right.
Such a big word for a minor
they literally
thing.
said that at the table when they told him to stop using big
Yeah.
words. Right?
Yeah. So
No, that was him talking to
it
Helly.
is kind of like,
Yeah.
but it's still
Oh, that
kind of
was
like
to Helly,
Boondocks
no,
things.
no.
Like they can say it, but not the other way around. No further than fancy with this clock. Just yeah.
Bro, all right, listen. All right, artists around the world. Sometimes people will try to co-opt your art. We talked about the Black Mirror episode. This is that. This is the Black Mirror episode. Surge, what, 15 million merits? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
This is literally that. Hey, you wrote a piece of text that for some reason and somehow is becoming like subversive shit and waking people up. Now, what I need you to do is take that, put my words in it, and unwake those motherfuckers up and let them think they're getting woke up. It's like that. This is some insidious shit. This is this type of stuff that like actually happens. Like, hey, that's cool punk rock art you have there. Let us co-opt it to push our message. And then the Ramones are selling Gap jeans, and that's how we got here. And then he's like, bro, I got to make my money though. He's like, literally, he's like, oh, I get that you don't like this, honey, but also like, look at the house we're in. Didn't we do a retreat for your fucking birthing? Like, I got to make these dollars. They about to throw me a whole bunch of them dollars. What am I supposed to do? What you're supposed to do is tell him to go suck a fuck.
I just don't see how his writing is going to awaken them revolutionary style if it's just more keywords. Like, I don't think it'll work.
No, it's not supposed to awake them. What it's supposed to do now is like
Pacify.
Hey, you're like, oh look, at least
But-
I'm reading this book. This book is like helping me, but like, is it though? Really,
You
or
know.
is it?
Gotcha. So, like, it's
To
supposed
pacify
to...
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's also, just to tell him that, like, hey, your book was actually working, but it's like, now it's just putting it.
He's a
into words.
sellout.
He's a sellout.
He's a sellout.
Like,
Legit.
maybe they said, like, we're going to just use your words anyway. You might as well take this. Like, who knows what they told him, but...
I bet you they said $1 million, and he said, sell who to what now? Yeah,
Right.
take it.
Yeah, I'll do whatever.
Right.
They pay people at the morgue. I think So like Kira owns everything here, so they could easily swap the body.
Yeah.
I guess that's not really important. How? Maybe we'll still see the how, but I don't think it's super important.
It's just gonna be them
they
throwing a
did it.
limp naked body on a pile with the other limp naked bodies, and then putting some cat ashes in a box.
Oh yeah.
There's a couple other things I want to run down the list. The post-retreat reintegration ghee that he drinks from the bottle. Let's keep an eye out and see if we find
It's
that
in the intro,
Yeah.
like Navi
It's in the
said.
intro.
and,
Where
like,
at the
anywhere
intro?
else. I didn't see it in the intro. Where?
It's when his head is down on the desk. And it's like spilling
Bottles
over.
are falling
That's
over.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like anime intros. The more we watch, the more the things we pick up. But they would have been spoilers before.
Right?
That's really cool. That's really cool.
Yep, there
Right
it is.
there.
Damn.
Look
So
at
let's see
you,
if we
Navi Gee.
yeah,
Navi ghee.
see if we find it at like Irv's apartment or something or anywhere else. The two helis in the mirror shot were cool.
Yeah.
The other framing shot you said where like Mark was kind of disappearing and Heli was there. So I noticed right from that shot, because usually in shows and movies, whenever they cut to another scene, sometimes they thematically match. It's like, we're looking for this guy, where is he? And like it'll cut to that guy and it's like supposed to match. But they cut to Heli. Mark was disappearing and Heli, they were talking to each other. He's kind of her boss. And then it cut to like Milchek and Natalie talking in the same like positioning. And so I wonder if that's kind of telling us that they, like, Natalie and Milchek, further proof that they are nowhere near any upper echelon level. They are just drones, just given a higher title. And they're not severed, but maybe they are.
I think that working in a company that has severed people in it, no matter how high you get up, it's going to be like, you do know that, like, if we want to make, I'm not going to use the S word, if we want to make people that can work for cheap and don't know no better, you know we can do that, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I imagine there has to be a huge gap. Like, whatever management is doing, we've seen management level, like, the upper echelon is like, bro, we have a town. You know what I mean? Like,
the way they're
we
also,
own everything.
And the way they're also being nonchalant racist, it just seems like they are being just given the title enough to keep them in line. It was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, like this is how far it's gonna go. Like Milchek, that like we're gonna give you these paintings and all the stuff. It's like, but that's about it. But you can't use the big words. You're using too many big words. It's like,
Right.
Perfection, Navi.
Perfection is this show. Every single frame, line, shot, lighting has been poured over upon creatively to mean something to further the theme and what they're saying in this show.
And the idea that the like reintegration is like a process is great, because it could have just been like, yeah, we're gonna flip a switch, but instead of that, you're able to. I think whoever's working on the writing understands mysteries and understands like how to sprinkle out the information that you get from a mystery and then give you the next step and the next step and the next step. Like, a mystery shouldn't just be, oh, who the hell knows what's happening, and like you soon get all the answers. You should be getting like these little breadcrumbs that kind of lead you through. That's why each episode ends with this big reveal, and then the next one's like, I'm not going to give you that immediately, I'm going to give you something else. Like, the pacing and the shit is amazing. And so we're all thinking, oh, reintegration, right? That's a switch. And then we get a whole episode where no, not even that. You get a little bit of it. And then in this one you get, oh, well, your innie's going to start remembering things about your outie, and your outie's going to start remembering things about your innie, till you guys collapse in together and become one. Hopefully you don't explode. And also, it's a process. So tomorrow night we'll do it a little bit more. It's like, it's still giving. We've gotten a big thing, and it's continue to like give me that drip feed of like, oh, here's some sexy little bits of information. And
I'd rather them go slow with his too.
That's the thematic thing too. If you're considering this whole innie outie through a macro lens of why people do this to hide trauma, and how we hide or block out trauma in our daily lives, and it can change or affect us if we don't confront the things in our lives. Don't confront all those things in your lives at once. If you have a big trauma or PTSD, I don't know how it works for like military veterans, but I assume when they're doing therapy and stuff, they're not just remembering all the things at once. You go memory by memory, dull it out. And the same way with like reintegrating with yourself and like becoming whole again, because your PTSD and your trauma had fractured you and made you not whole.
It's crazy. The show is amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
I knew it when I saw the watermelon. I knew it was gonna be good, man. I swear.
That's what
That's where
hilarious.
honestly they brought whoever did that was a great artist, and also that watermelon's huge.
Watermelon sugar.
Hey, can you get the watermelon guy to make my face?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I got a guy. Hold on, let me look up the watermelon guy. Or did they have to fly that dude out?
He nailed
Yeah.
it.
There's one guy
From Hawaii.
who lives in Hawaii. He lives in fucking Polynesia, and they're like, bro, can you come do the watermelon sculpture? You're the only guy.
There's got to be a contest of watermelon sculpting.
Yeah.
Like, I
Oh,
have to
I'm
see
sure
it.
there's
I bet.
ice sculpture
I bet.
contest.
Yeah, right?
So
Like-
there's gotta be like fruit sculpture.
You can't eat ice though, but you
Yes,
can
you
eat
can. What are you
watermelon.
talking
So I
about?
mean, like, what are you even talking about?
But they
eat
look
ice?
beautiful.
You can eat ice.
Oh, okay.
I think there's just
shut up,
there's
Chris.
probably a fruit sculpture contest in general. You
Right?
can use like
Never
anything.
said that already.
Oh, I thought you just said watermelon.
Guys,
all
like
fruits.
Fruit Ninja exists.
Fruit, the fruit flower thing. What's it called? When you send people the
Edible
Edible
arrangement.
Tom got me that this morning.
There's a fruit carving competition entry that
Hey.
is fun. Oh,
Nice.
great. Well, on that note, guys, we are going to jump into a Cobra Kai finale.
Yeah.
If you guys are watching this on Twitch, you will be seeing the Cobra Kai episode that came out on YouTube.
And if you're listening to this on the Normies podcast channel, this discussion still gets attached to the reaction once
Yes.
that's released. You can see up to 2x5 the
Yeah.
uncuts right now on our website for just $3.99 if you want to get in and watch that with us. But thanks for keeping up with the conversation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.